All right, Scott Fish Bowl 16 Fantasy Football Draft Prep and Live Cincinnati Draft Board Review. Here with the fellas, Josh, Dan, Joey, and Gambergola. We are going to analyze the format and scoring system, then give our opinions on the best way to approach your build. Drop all your questions and comments in the chat. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Here we go. All right, everybody. Well, let's get the show started. Dan, Josh, Mike, Joey, how's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Doing good.
So tonight we're going to review the draft from Cincinnati. Dan and Josh were a part of. Is it the Mario Kart division?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mario Kart division. So you guys were at the event. So before we get into any type of fantasy football analysis, why don't you tell us about the goodness of Scott Fish Bowl, what it's all about, what it means to you guys, and the Live Cincinnati event 2026.
Go ahead, Josh.
So this was my second year doing Scott Fish Bowl live. It was Dan's second live when he did was it Scott Fish Bowl 12 that you did online. We went last year for the first time. It was pretty cool. We really didn't know what to expect. My son was able to get in one of the leagues, and we had a really good time. It was really hot last year, but we had a really good time. So we got back in it again this year. My main 2 or 3 draws for it is it's for charity, it's for good cause, and it involves something that I really like to do. B is the creativity that Scott Fish uses to throw together all the different rules, try to take away any real big edge for a certain player or whatever, and just kind of level the playing field, but make it exciting and different from any other league that you're in. And then the third thing is the community part of it. So going there last year and then going to the Fantasy Football Expo, saw a lot of people, recognized a lot of people at the Expo from the Cincinnati draft. And then again this year, just a ton of people came from all over, and it really just creates a really cool community and network. I'm fairly antisocial, so I really just kind of sit back and kind of take it all in. But John Bosch does an amazing job putting together the Cincinnati draft. I think he does. Does he do Nashville as well? I can't remember, but I know he does. I know he does Cincinnati and another one, and does a great job. Ton of raffles raffled off, really cool prizes. They auctioned off some Scott Fish whiskey, was it? Couple bottles of Scott Fish whiskey that went for a lot of money. It went for a lot of money. So I think we had either 11 or 12 leagues that drafted. There was over 130 people.
Damn, it was great. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah. It's madness, and all the draft boards are on one wall. Everybody's lined up next to each other, and so we're the second day of live drafts. Minnesota kicked it off this year, and so as we're going into the third and fourth rounds, you're looking at these draft boards and your draft board and the one over here, and they're all just wildly different. And that's really what makes it fun. A lot of conversations with it, and it's just a really good time, and it's a good thing to be a part of.
That was great. That was well said, Josh. Very nice. Dan, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, if you get a chance to do a live event for Scott Fish Bowl, like I don't know how the other cities are, but in Cincinnati they do it in a Fowling, however you say it.
Yeah.
But it's basically a big arena with fouling, which is basically cornhole mixed with football, mixed with bowling pins. So you're out there playing with other fantasy football players, just tossing a football around. Great food, great drinks. I was very fortunate this year, and Josh will smile, but I won 3 raffles with bourbons. It was the luckiest thing ever. Great raffles.
Like, I thought we were going to get beat up carrying it out of there. Like, you won the first one, everybody's like, all right. You won the second one, and then we're starting to get the stink eye. And then once you won the third one, it was like, all right.
I didn't buy that many tickets, but Scott Fish came out. I talked to him at the expo, and I said, man, you got to come to Cincinnati. And he's like, I think Cincinnati's the second biggest one. It was a blast. You're going to meet a lot of people. I'll throw a name out there. JJ Winter from your area, Joe, came out. He sat next to me in our draft. Not even from Cincinnati, and drafted with us. And it was just great to get to catch up with him. And it's a really fun time to just take a step away in the middle of June to draft fantasy football, be around a bunch of people that have the same kind of thinking we do, and draft some teams. And it's a fun draft too, because you only do 10 rounds live, and then you do the other 10 rounds on Sleeper. So we kind of space it out. So it takes a couple hours to do 10 rounds. So you get a chat in between and grab some drink.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Yeah.
And then throw some footballs, and it's just so awesome. It's just such a fun day. And like Josh said, for Cincinnati, it goes all to the boys and girls of Cincinnati, the charity for them down here in Cincinnati. And it's awesome. It's really fun. And you know, I'm not going to lie. I don't put as much effort into the league as much as maybe my NFFC leagues, but I draft players I want to watch. You'll see in my first pick, it's my favorite player in the league right now. So I get a league that I want to have fun with players that I like to watch. So it's a great time.
Awesome. So that's great. Live Cincinnati sounds like it was a big success. I mean, I don't see why it ever wouldn't be, but I know that Scott Fish Bowl, Minnesota raised over, I forget, JC. So JC from the sports affiliation, he coordinated Minnesota. And I think I can't remember if it was $17,000 or $18,000 that they raised total at that live event.
Crazy.
So, that's a big success. So kudos, shout out to JC for that. And everybody that was a part of Scott Fish Bowl, Minnesota. But we're going to get into the scoring system before we bring up the draft board. So I want to bring up this. I'm going to share the scoring system on screen. Okay, there we go. So Josh, you mentioned it in earlier. One of your favorite things about Scott Fish Bowl is how Scott Fish switches up the format and the scoring system every single year to keep us on our toes, to level the playing field, to add a nice little twist. I find it to be a breath of fresh air. And I'm also a big game theory guy. So when I see a foreign unicorns, or whatever you want to call it, scoring system and format, I immediately have to figure out how I can gain an edge. What's the best way I'm going to approach my build? Which positions get the more advantages? What are the pros for each position? What are the cons for each position? And then try to just come up with a general strategy for my roster build. So we're going to take a look at the scoring system. I'll go over it real quick. The scoring basics are, let me bring it up right here. There we go. 6 points for all touchdowns, including passing touchdowns. So that's good for all quarterbacks, but specifically high volume passing pocket quarterbacks who generally lose a little value to the rushing elite quarterbacks in the 4-point system. So 6 points for all touchdowns, 2 points for all 2-point conversions, 1 point for every 25 yards passing, so 0.04 per yard. 0.1 per yard gives you 1 point for every 10 rushing yards or receiving yards. Get a half a point per first down, half a point per receptions, and it is tight end premium, giving you 1 point extra per reception, making it 1.5 per reception, and 1 point for a first down, making it 1.5 points for a first down. So basically a 10-yard catch for a tight end is giving you 4.5 points almost. So tight ends do get a pretty nice premium. And there are also, going with the video game theme this year for Scott Fishbowl 16, there's video game bonuses. You get 10 points for a 300-plus yard passing game, an additional 10 points for a 400-yard passing game. So, again, great for guys like Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, quarterbacks that have high pass attempts, high volume pass offenses. 10 points for 100-plus rushing yard game and receiving, 200-plus yards for rushing and receiving. Then you get 40-yard passing plays get you 10 points, 40-yard rushing plays get you 10 points, and 20-yard receiving plays get you 10 points. So I'll start with you, Dan. What's with the video game bonuses? I want to jump right to the video game bonuses. How are you approaching this year? What are your general thoughts on it?
So really, really interesting this year. So I know you want to talk about the video game bonuses, but on the left side was very similar to last year with the extra tight end points. They did have points for, I think, carries last year, but what I noticed was running backs and tight ends, the good tight ends really dominated last year. And then if you had the big quarterbacks was good as well. Receivers were not like last year. I finished in the top 500. I made it to the second last week. I had no receivers at all. I think I had Wan'Dale Robinson was my only receiver. This year with the 20-yard receiving plays, the first thing I did was go and research who had the most 20-yard receptions last year. And guys like Jamar Chase, Jameson Williams had 17. I think he was second or third. Because you think about it, like 17 20-yard catches is 170 extra points. So that's the first thing I focused on because I don't think 40-yard rushing plays are super predictable. But the second thing I looked at was and you'll see with my first pick, the 300 and 400 passing yards. So if I have a quarterback, a Dak Prescott, a Joe Burrow throwing for 400 yards, I'm getting 20 extra points right there. So I think it's really, really hard to predict big plays. So I'm just trying to give myself as many opportunities as I can to get those big plays. And it's something like I said, you can't predict from year to year, but I just want the big playability. And a guy like Dak with his two receivers, or a guy like Joe Burrow with his two receivers, or those receivers themselves, I think some combination of that is what's going to give you the winning edge. But there's 5,008 teams in this league. You got to be super, super unique. So at the end of the day, I think you pick some of the best players out there and you get some crazy combinations and some stacks and you go for broke. That was my theory.
Nice. So I also want to go over the starting lineup. I missed the starting lineup. 10 starters, 10 bench. You can have up to 2 quarterbacks, but you don't have to have any. And then the other 8 positions can be whatever. So it's basically ultra flex, running back, wide receiver, tight end. You could have 10 running backs. You could have 10 wide receivers. You could have 10 tight ends. You could have 8. You could have 1 quarterback, or you could have 2 quarterbacks, or you could have no quarterbacks. You could basically build however you want. So
at the end of the day, you just take the best player. Each round, you just take the best player, whoever's going to score the most points for you.
I agree with that to a degree. So I want to piggyback off you targeting that 20-yard receiving play 10-point bonus. I did some research on receiving plays, rushing, 20-yard receiving plays, 40-yard rushing plays. And over the last 3 seasons, I went back over the last 3 seasons. There were an average of slightly over 1,500 receptions that went for 20 plus yards. Over the last 3 seasons, in rushing plays over 40 yards, only 80. That's a huge discrepancy in my eyes right there. Of those 1,500 receiving bonuses, only 20% of them go to running back and tight end receptions. So a big chunk of them, 80% of them, are coming from wide receivers. I think so. When it comes to constructing my roster or target players that I'm targeting, I think it's okay to target a high volume, big play ability quarterback early. Drake Mays, Joe Burrows, Dak Prescott, even Justin Herbert, I think could have some big plays this year. Rolling with Mike McDaniel calling the plays. So I think it's important you grab at least one of those, and then go for value. If you are going to take a second quarterback, go for sneaky value. That's where somebody's dropping, but still has a little bit of upside. I'm not necessarily sure I'm gonna hammer quarterback right off the bat. You know what I mean? Just because the elite, I'm valuing the elite tier running backs and the elite tier tight ends. After that, it's going to be probably hammering wide receiver all the way through. That's what I think is going to be the optimal strategy this year, the optimal approach. Obviously, if guys fall or you feel strongly about a tight end or a running back, you can mix one in there, here and there. But I think that the big play wide receivers are going to give you the best chance for spike weeks, talking like 60 to 100 point spike weeks. And this is a format. Once you get to the playoffs, it's week to week. You have a benchmark that you have to hit. Obviously, yes, your total points, you have an advantage if you're high up on the leaderboard in total points. But I mean, all it takes is one week where you get some bye weeks, or maybe one or two key players in your lineup miss the week for whatever reason, injury, and you combine it with a bye week or two, and you have a bad week. Your average goes down the next week. So then you start falling behind. Your average goes down, and the benchmark to hit goes up. So that starts to close in on you. So it's a week-to-week thing. You want to chase upside, in my opinion. The wide receivers is the position to do it. So yeah, I think. I mean, I've already seen some constructions where it's all 10 wide receivers. I'm not saying that. I think you can. I think you can maximize it a little bit more. I think if you grab the right one or two quarterbacks, and you can find a way to snag a top 5 running back, a top 5 tight end, and then go nuts on wide receiver, I think that's the maximum upside play, in my opinion. Josh, I'll let you go, and you can. So Mike and Joey, are you guys in? You guys aren't in Scottfish, right? Mike, you didn't sign up.
I've never played it.
All right, so we have to get you signed up for next year.
But just like, it's funny that when Dan said right away I just looked at the 20-yard receiving plays. I mean, that's a sweet spot right there.
Yeah.
I don't know when you say roster control 8. You're talking about maximizing with you like 8 receivers. You said.
No, well, I'm not opposed to wide. I'm bully wide receiver. It doesn't necessarily have to be. I agree,
because you still got to, you still got to get the, the nuts, the base. You still the basics you need too. You can't just you want a player that can get the 20-yard receiving a wide receiver, but he's gonna get the score on the basics as well.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have to rely on that totally. But yeah, that's obviously was this the same bonuses video last year, or
No, it's different every year. Last year, running backs got 0.25 for a carry or half a point for a carry, depending on whatever thing you.
That just what's that? Anybody that thought they mastered it last year,
it's different. It's different every year, Mike. This is the best that we taught. It's different every year. It's that's
cool.
what makes it so
whatever
cool.
worked last year, that's not going to work this year. Obviously.
No.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool system.
So, what's that?
I'll have to do one next year. Can you do it online?
Yeah, you can.
You have to apply and get accepted because it's hard to get in.
Oh yeah.
You have to sign up.
The Cincinnati guys got juice, right? To get me in.
What's that?
You guys got juice to get me in.
You have a better chance of getting in a live event.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. You have a better chance of getting in a live event than you do online, but it doesn't mean you're not going to get.
They do have it in Philly. I think Radcliffe. Right?
Yeah. They do have it in Philly. There's actually a lot of cool people that go to that one.
I think you can pay. I think you can go to the website. You can pay. I think it's $50. At least it's Cincinnati. It was. You could pay $50 to go and be a part of the live event without drafting, but you could still buy raffles and get in all of that.
So this year, Boston, if you only the people drafting have to pay. If you want to bring your wife or your kids or something, really? They're all free. Yeah.
Did you draft a team yet, or you do it live in Boston?
Oh, there we go. Rick in the chat says they give away spots on their Discord. So there you go. You can also win your way in. If you listen to some of their podcasts, they'll tell you to type the word whatever in the chat, and then they do like a duck race. And you could win.
There's satellites too that you can get in and play the same scoring and win your league and get in for next year as well. I think it's on Underdog maybe.
Yeah, it is on Underdog. There's a lot of things they do on Underdog. They partner with Underdog.
At the end of the day, all the money's going to charity. So I'm like, throw some stuff at it.
It's pretty cool.
I've been in 12, 13, 14, and 15, but I've not seen nothing yet. So
nice. So
they're looking at the lineup. The wrinkle is the two quarterbacks. If it wasn't Superflex, you could just hammer. You don't have to start two quarterbacks, but I say most teams are probably going to. But
I would think
first down catches. Puka Nacua had 80, and Jamar Chase had 73. Pickens had 70. Amon-Ra had 70. And then Trey McBride had 63. But I would probably take Chase with a healthy Burrow at 1.
I guess the thing I would challenge everybody to before we show the board is like, what would be your top 5? Because like Josh said, I saw Brock Bowers go 2, and I saw Brock Bowers go 18. Like, there's so many different ways to play this. Like,
it's kind of like the FFPC because that 1.5. I know he's got more, but that 1.5, it depends on how you attack it. Some wants that high end, tight end, but then you can get the middle. I think if you get a middle tier tight end that's productive, that 1.5 makes up for a good, makes that player good somehow.
It's really interesting. So many ways to win.
It is.
Yeah. Like I said, it doesn't have to be all wide receivers. I think if you can get one of the elite pass catching running backs and one of the top 5 tight ends, one quarterback that a Burrow, we mentioned the names already, one of those guys, and then add a second one later, somebody that's got a shitty defense that's going to have pass attempts like a Bo Nix or something. Denver doesn't have a shitty defense, but he did lead the league in pass attempts last year. But
somebody like JSN by himself, he caught 79.
I think I probably have Puka in my top 5 in this format because 20 plus yard first down catches. He's a reception monster. I think he led the league last year in 20 plus yard catches.
Oh yeah, I don't know about the big plays, but he had 80 first down receptions. Then JSN had 79 and Chase had 73.
Jake says Puka 101. I don't know if 101. I don't know if I have the balls to take him 101.
In our draft, I was really surprised at the 101. I did not think it was going to go the way it went.
What? I mean, I will bring it up in a minute.
It was Bijan, and I just didn't think Bijan. I thought he'd be like 5 or 6 or 8.
He's gonna have ridiculous volume.
Yeah.
I thought Josh Allen was going 1 myself.
Yeah, starting 2 quarterbacks, if you look at that's what really throws it off. Like, okay, if you don't
have to start 2, Joe.
I know, but I would say most of the league probably does. Just guessing. I mean, I might be wrong, but
I think at the end of the day, it's a free league, it's charity.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think people just draft the players they want to watch, which is kind of cool in my opinion.
I think so too.
So get who you want and hope they take you to the end.
Yeah, I agree. Probably 2 quarterbacks. You probably would definitely make sense on most rosters, I would think. But going you said 1 to 5. I mean, I wouldn't take Puka over Chase. Jamar Chase would be my number 1 pick.
And the interesting thing with a live draft, we're in Cincinnati, so you got to figure Chase, Burrow, Chase Brown, all those guys get shoved up the board. But I'll just set the stage for Joe. Josh's boy had 2. You got to pick your picks, by the way. Josh's boy had 2. Josh had 8, and I had 11. So that's how we're on the same draft, by the way. That's how we started the draft.
Josh, your son's in there?
Yep.
We're trying to get him to get on the pod.
Yeah.
He's in the comments.
Yeah, so my son's Jacob Childers that's in the comments, and he's draft pick number 2.
Does he got his laptop open? Or has he got an email?
Come on, Jacob, get on.
I'll send him an invite right now.
Come on, Jacob.
Right from the studio.
He said he wasn't going to do it.
He did say I was going to not like his team. What did I say in the DM earlier?
He's a good drafter.
So, like my thinking on it was I was going to go a little bit contrarian. I went with McCaffrey just because this is literally the only reason I went with McCaffrey, because I know I'm not going to have him on any other team. And I know that he's going to catch a lot of balls. And if he's healthy, he's going to put me in a good spot. And I had him last year in Scott Fishbowl, which obviously was more geared towards the running backs. I hated my team last year, and I actually did really well through the first 10 or 11 weeks. And then I got just obliterated with injuries. But I just like it because you can just about look at every team on here, and through the first 4 or 5 rounds be like, oh, okay, all right, because there's all good players out there, and there's players that went in funny spots, and there's different combinations from what you're going to see anywhere else, and that's what makes it really interesting and just fun to watch as the season goes on.
I'll tell you one of the most underrated things in Scott Fishbowl. I know it sounds corny, but watching their Twitter feeds blow up there.
Yep.
Scott, it's kind of fun to sit and watch, just look at it. They blow up. I mean,
it's fun being early and posting your board, and everybody's looking at it, good and bad.
And then you sit and listen to people. They're slow. We never are going to get done, and some flying through the draft. So
last year, well, and this year, our draft took a little while at the place, but this year was a little bit faster, and our own line this year seemed to really fly by.
Yeah, it went quick.
Last year's it drug for like a week and a half afterwards, but maybe a little longer.
Nice. So I'm looking. Jacob says Team 2 is the best in the chat. He is Team 2.
Get on, Jacob.
So, dude, you absolutely crushed your first 5 picks, and then
what team is he?
Team 2.
Team 2.
And after that, you should have just been wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver all the way through.
Man, did you let him drink? Did you let him drink after that?
Yeah.
I think he drafted well.
He's got a lot of drink. He's underage, isn't he?
I think he drafted really well.
Is he underage?
No, he just turned 21.
Ah, man, he got a little full of himself at 21.
Yeah, 5 rounds in.
He had a good time after the first 2 picks. Man, I don't know about the rest of the draft.
No, the J-Mo pick is great. I don't know why RJ Harvey. Connell Tate was.
I like Tate.
I mean, he's taking a shot with guys. I don't have a.
He actually picked
some with the first 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I like Pittman there too.
I like Team 4, Chargers.
He got Jameson, by the way.
A big play guy.
Jameson was the number 2 guy.
I changed my mind on it. He wasn't freaking lemonade. He wasn't.
So what do we got? JJ Wenner was team 5, pick 5. Josh, you would pick 8. I'm picking 8th too. So interesting.
I like the Herbert, Hampton, and McConkey stack there on 4.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I'm looking. Nobody really went bully anything. It looks
our draft was. I don't want to say one of the more boring boards, but there was a couple boards that was pretty wild. I know there was at least one that had 10 straight wide receivers that one team picked. I've seen that one pop up a few times on Twitter.
Nice. Yeah. So
you can always can you start 10 wide?
Yeah.
You start whatever you want.
So you can start 10 wide.
Yeah.
Team one did a good heavy wide receiver build. I don't really necessarily like the player selection, but they were hammering the wide receivers after they took Bijan and they mixed in 2 quarterbacks. They didn't really get any tight end. Chig is the only tight end I see. 3, 4, 5, and So, I mean, who knows? I could be wrong. This is the year I missed the playoffs. So I've been in Scott Fish Bowl 13, 14, and 15. Made the playoffs every time. So I generally have a good understanding of the scoring system and come up with a good plan. It's usually once I get to the playoffs, it's always that one bad week that does me in. So that's why I say chasing upside is the way to go. Rick Avery's Rick. He's a fellow live Boston drafter. Says Team 3 is his favorite, and he also likes Team 6. He does his own projections for Scott Fish Bowl scoring. He actually shared them with me. I gave him some feedback on it. He's a data guy, numbers wizard, numbers nerd, I should say, and a good friend. So shout out to you, Rick. Appreciate you joining tonight, and that's it. So. Team 3. What Team 3's got? Chase, London, and Ibuka, Barkley, Prescott, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. Yeah, this is good. Kyler Murray for some rushing upside. Quentin Johnson, Mekhi Lemon, Diggs. Yeah, that is a good team. That's something along the lines of what I would like to do. That's a great build. And Team 6 is, let's see, Puka, Justin Jefferson, George Pickens, Tucker Graff, Sam Laporta, Luther Burden, George Kittle. Then they hit the late quarterback bargain bin and Baker Mayfield going that late. That's pretty nuts. I think Baker Mayfield could have a very nice bounce back season. It's crazy to see how late he's going. Malik Willis, Mark Andrews, Hunter Henry, Mendoza, Jacoby Brissett. I like the 0 quarterback targets. They targeted 4 good ones, and they grabbed 4 of them too. So I like that strategy. If you're gonna wait on them, grab a few of them, and patchwork it together all year. So That's cool. Yeah, I agree, Rick. 3 and 6 is solid. So, Josh, I got to ask you. I have the 8 pick. What were you going into this? What were you? I know it's mayhem because it's ultra flex and all the draft boards are different. But going into it, what were you leaning in towards for like a strategy? If you had
I'll be honest with you. I thought about strategy a couple different ways, and ultimately I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with what falls to me. I'm just going to see how it plays out to me. One that I would like to probably flip. I don't love the team, but I would have liked to have taken Herbert instead of Daniels, probably looking back on it. But I'm all right with that. Like I said, reasons of going with McCaffrey. Then I grabbed Daniels, went with the Tyler Warren because I feel like he's going to get a ton of targets in Indy, just a ton of targets. And then on the way back from there, I didn't really want to take Chase Brown, but he was sitting there, and I'm like, well, he's going to catch the ball a lot. I hate to use the term bell cow, but I mean, I don't know how much P. Ryan is going to be mixed in. Taj Brooks wasn't mixed in at all last year. So then going down, Kyron Williams was there, and I was like, well, frickin' A. Can't go wrong with taking Kyron. I'll just go ahead and grab him. Go down a couple rounds, and I'm starting to go, all right, I should probably find me a quarterback that might scramble a little bit and still throw the ball. And I looked at Dan, and I said, this pick's for Joey Brown. So I grabbed Tyler Shuck, and
he said that too, Joe.
I did say that. 100% I said that.
I shook my head no the whole time.
I like the pick. I like the pick.
But again, like my thinking is I'm gonna go with since McCaffrey was there, I went with him because I know I'm not gonna get him in any of our other drafts most likely. And then from there, I was like, I'm just gonna take one of the better players that's there that might be somebody going too early in our regular drafts. So it gives me a chance to root for them. Where Tyler Warren's going at is probably not a spot that me and Dan are going to be taking tight end in the high stakes leagues. So this gives me a shot with him. But what I was doing was once the draft got into like round 4 or 5, I started scrolling down the ADP. Because when I would go up and make my pick, I was seeing names because it's still old school sticker boards. You're going up, grabbing your sticker, putting it on the board when you're there, and then you're also making your pick on your laptop or your phone. But I'm seeing all these names on the sticker sheet, and I'm like, well, these are some big play guys. These are guys that's going to get a lot of targets. And so that's how I ended up with Rashid Shaheed. I saw Coker. Jawan Jennings is a guy that, God forbid, but if there's an injury to Addison or to Justin Jefferson, that dude could blow up and have a big season. And Jalen Naylor, that dude seemed to show up every time I didn't want him to last year in Minnesota. So he seemed to be the only receiver there. And he's in Las Vegas now, so he can put up some points. But grabbed Jawan Johnson with Shuck and just kind of had fun with it. Kenny Gainwell, getting him in the 8th, 9th round there, whatever it was, 9th round.
Jawan Jennings is a first down machine. Guy moves shame. Yeah.
And Shaheed's a big play guy, so he could. I don't know. I didn't get as deep into it to do the research, but I just felt like Shaheed and Naylor could bust off some big ones, and Coker and Jennings get the first downs. Maybe get some touchdowns in there. Jawan Johnson, he could be a guy that gets some 20-yard catches. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Nice. Dan, you want to take us through your team?
Yeah, sure. Driving down to Cincinnati, it's a 45-minute drive, and we're talking strategy. And I was 187% going wide receiver first round. So I thought Joe Burrow would be going in the first 3 picks being in Cincinnati, and he fell to 11. And I'm going to be honest, it's a homer pick. But I saw those 300, 400-point bonuses, so I took Joe Burrow, and I'm not going to argue that at all. Like Jimmy Cook in round 2, I wish I did more research going into this. We just were so busy and didn't have time, but I feel like Jimmy Cook's got a chance at a few of those bonus points there. Solid running back. When T. Higgins came back to me, I feel like this is the kind of league that you got to have stacks, and I doubled up on both my quarterbacks. So went T there. I feel like if Joe Burrow throws T. Higgins a 40-yard touchdown, I don't know the math, but that's a lot of freaking points.
Yeah.
And I'll be high-fiving Josh in my basement, and I don't even know how many points it is, but I'll take it. I think my biggest regret is I wish I had taken Dak over Jackson Dart. I had more of the running in my brain than the big passing, but went Jackson Dart. He's a player I love to watch. I just wanted to take him. Travion, Joe, I mean.
I love that. Yeah.
You know,
pick. I think he's going to have a huge year, I think.
I started thinking big plays. So Travion, big play. Mike Evans, how many 20-yard catches can he have in a year? I hate DK Metcalf, but he's a long pass, long touchdown.
You can take one to the house.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm like, you know what? I probably should have paid more attention to tight ends, but I feel like the Kincaid value there was great. I mean, after Jordan.
And likely. You got great value on both those players.
And then I've got – so we're talking about hookups. I got the likely Dart hookup. So you know what? If the Giants and Bengals lead the league in offense, I probably win the Scott Fish Bowl. But Josh Downs, I love Josh Downs this year. The long playability, the missing targets in Indianapolis.
I love the next pick too.
He's lining up outside in the slot. And then you won't be able to see after these next 3 picks, but I took 3 or 4 just running backs that could start but have standalone value too, which in Scott Fish Bowl is really important when you start 10 players. When you get into bye weeks and injuries, you just want guys that are scoring 10, 12, 15 points. And all 3 of those guys, and I really hesitated with Ramondre having Henderson, and I still don't know if I made the right pick there, but I feel like I have the New England backfield, and I'll probably start both those guys some weeks.
The contingent upside, if one were to go
if
down.
one goes down, then you've got a top 10 running back. But
same thing with Blake Corum. He's standalone value with huge upside if something happens. Yeah.
So if I looked back and had more time and more drafts to look at, I probably would have played it a little bit different. But I like my team overall.
No, I like your team. The only gripe I have is, like you said, Dak over Dot. But you took a player you wanted to watch, so I have no complaints about that. I really like the 2 running backs that you took early if you were going to take running backs. And then I like how you waited till later on and you took ones with contingent upside. But I like your team, Dan. I think you did it. I think it's in contention.
Who's down past Stevenson? I can't see it.
You can switch to the other slide. One guy I was really excited to get in round 20 was Darius Slayton with that team. Like, he's the number 2. I feel like the guy catches 6 or 8 20-yard passes every year. It's like, is Darnell Mooney really the number 2 there?
But I don't know.
I got Jalen McMillan on this team. You got that board, Joe? Or
I didn't.
Right after McMillan, I've got the full board pulled up.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. I got all.
Right after McMillan, you took Flournoy, which was like a complete jerk move. I think you looked at me and
Josh
said,
told me about Flournoy when he's
"This
outside.
is for Joey Brown," and I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me! You took Flournoy from me." Because I was actually going to take him there.
I figured you'd had him.
No.
He's a great. If one Cowboys receiver goes down, he's an instant starter.
Yeah.
One thing Dan did that was pretty smart in this, because of the way you don't have to start quarterbacks, but you can start to, is he backed up both of his quarterbacks. So he's got Flacco and Winston. That crushed me last year. When I lost one of my quarterbacks, one of my backups, had nobody else. I picked up Flacco when Flacco got signed by the Bengals on a hope and a prayer, and Flacco was pulling me through. Burrow comes back. That's the end of me because there went Flacco, and there was literally no one else out there.
Well,
so I was flying solo. But that was, I think that's interesting how you did that. I missed
my third quarterbacks why I did that. So I figured if Burrow goes down, Flacco's startable. And if honestly, I'd rather Jackson Dart go down. I'll take Jameis Winston with the 400-yard bonuses.
Well, yeah.
Well, and you can survive bye weeks because you don't have to start.
You don't have to start two quarterbacks, so I just plug somebody else in there.
And you survive it.
So let's go G-Men. Let's go Bengals to the Super Bowl. I'll be in.
I like your team, Dan. I'll be rooting for it. For sure. Rick from Knoxville, Tennessee, checking in. You guys see that? Ravish and Rick, how's it going out there in Tennessee?
Hey, Jacob, if you want to talk shit, why don't you come on the show for about 3 minutes here? Come on now, Joe, get him a link.
All right, what's his email?
Come on, Jacob, you can do it.
There's no Fab, right?
Put the email in the private. Put the email.
Is it $100?
$100 Fab and
$100 Fab. Okay.
But you can pick up free players too, can't you?
Mike, what you grubbing on over there?
Gelato.
Fancy.
Wheelchair quarterbacks, Jacob. Come on. You took Caleb Williams in the second.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I know. I gave him so much shit.
Yeah, and then he grabbed Loveland coming back.
The Loveland pick, he looked at me and said, watch this. And I'm like, that's a great freaking combo. In this
I think it was the draft board next to us. Loveland went like early second round,
He did.
And then on the one on the right hand side of us, he went in like the fifth. It was telling you, if you're in a live event, it's really wild. And maybe it's just like that in Cincinnati. I don't know, because we're so early in the thing, and maybe it gets a little more uniform as it goes on. I don't know, but lot of fun with the creativity of the lineups. That's for sure.
I love if Caleb Williams throws Loveland a 20-yard touchdown. That's like 1,000 points. I don't know how many it is. That's going to be fun for him to watch, but not at my house because I'm not putting the fucking Bears on my TVs.
Yeah, he will. We've already got too much of Doomsday.
Oh God,
That's a fun fantasy division for the Bears, Packers, Lions, and Vikings.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about 47 minutes in. You guys want to flip the switch over to high stakes NFFC draft board and evaluate Mike's draft?
let's do it.
You're feeling up for that? Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
let me remove this from the screen. And
But for those watching, that was a great draft and a ton of fun. If I finished 12th, I had a blast.
Wow, yeah, it's just fun to donate and
It's fun when there's no pressure and stuff along, just bragging rights. But if you win Scott Fish Bowl, you're going to be on every damn radio station in America.
oh yeah. How many people's in it now?
5,008 or 5,010 or something like that. Whatever 12 divided by that, it works out.
They even have, don't they have a few drafts in other countries as well?
Oh yeah, they're all over the
it's
world.
international. Yeah,
it's all over the world. Yeah, it is worldwide.
Yeah. Really cool.
I know Pac Tamez does the Mexico draft. There's one in Brazil.
I was going to say, I think there's one in Brazil that I've never seen something about. Very cool.
Last thing I'll say, but if you get on Twitter and look at the Circa draft, like how much fun was that? That had to be a blast.
Right?
Yeah,
you're swimming. You
Circa swim.
you make your pick and you go for a dip in the pool and order a drink.
You're telling me that at Circa swim with the freaking World Cup on and everything else, like that they were able to make it through 10 rounds with that going on? I don't know. I mean, there really is no time limit on your pick when you're there. It's just kind of the honor system, like just keep it moving. I can see where at the stadium swim it could get out of hand.
I'll be at the craps table. Come find me.
Oh, I like the craps table. I've been there in years, man. But
me and Josh have been known to spend a couple
that's the only
wins.
game to play. as far as I'm concerned.
We've spent a couple minutes at a craps table before, or 3 or 4 days at a time.
I can't, I'm here with that.
All right. 4 wide receivers, man. I like this.
All right.
Well,
So
first thing about the draft is
hold on, Mike. Mike. Before you get going, I want to explain the format for the audience that doesn't. This is a NFFC Football Guys NFFC online championship draft. It's a $350 high stakes buy-in. First place is $1,500 in the league. Second place $700. The top 2 teams make it to the shootout in weeks 15, 16, and 17. You start with your weekly average, total points weekly average in the top, and in your 3 weeks, those 3 weeks get added to your average, and the top scorer wins $300,000 American dollars. It's the biggest prize they've ever had. It was $250 the last couple of years. This is a lot different from Scott Fishbowl format. This is 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 1 team kicker, and 1 team defense. The scoring is 6 points for all touchdowns, so 6-point passing touchdowns, 25 points for 25 passing yards for a point, 10 rushing or receiving yards for a point. It is full PPR. It is not tight end premium, and the draft is 3rd round reversal. Did I leave anything out? Yes, I think I got everything there.
We've got Fantasy Sopranos in the chat. He's freaking out right now.
Uh-oh.
Because was this a slow draft? Because if this was a live draft, he missed it. I already know what he's thinking. He's already like, wait, what the heck?
Draft without Steve.
How did they miss me on this one?
I don't do slows.
I don't like the slow drafts either.
Steve G went to bed early that night.
I mean,
it takes away from the people who draft well.
I knew it was good. Like I said, I knew it was going to be a good draft.
I like the on the spot thinking.
When you go your KDS, you end up being 12, and you get your first preference, which was 6, because I was looking to get the guy, ASP. So I knew it was going to be good right off the start line.
Nah, that's too big.
That's too big.
Yeah, I don't know how to go backwards now. Shit.
Oh boy.
Oh, what are we doing?
Yeah, I might have to go like this. You guys, give me a filibuster while I can fix this.
Well, it looks like that
Nelson,
Mike may have got the OC unicorn because there was no Nelson Sousa, no Jay Wimmers, no Fantasy Sopranos. I mean,
I sat right next to Santa. Santa said he called me the sniper, just like Soprano does.
There we go. That's the biggest I can get it.
There we go. That's good.
That's some big players there. You had Hobbs, you had Harrison. Carson's plays a lot, right? Geller plays a lot. I am not a sniper, Steve. I'm not a sniper, buddy.
All right, so Mike, now you can get into the draft. What you noticed, what as you were about 5 minutes ago.
He's FFPC. I got lucky, Steve. He said I sniped him in FFPC.
Steve G.
Oh man. I mean, this is probably the best draft I think I've had, at least this season. I mean, it was. I couldn't believe I got London in the 2nd round. I mean, when you go 4 wide receivers and you get Montgomery and Jacobs, I mean, you can't ask for anything better start than that.
I'm not really big on Montgomery, but
a lot of guys. I mean, I'm big on them. Especially when you don't go running back early.
I was early on, and then I dug deeper into it a little bit more. I mean, I just think that he's fine. He's gonna. He's just. It's a relying on volume play. So
yeah, that's what I did when you go 4 wide receivers.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine for your build. Yeah.
But Jacobs is in the 6th round. He's not. I don't think I'd.
But Jacobs is your RB1.
He went 4th.
Montgomery's your RB2. You know, they're kind of flip
exactly.
there, but
that's what somebody else somebody said.
Yeah.
Jacobs is my 1, Montgomery's the 2. McMillan's my 4.
I mean, Rashad White makes that running back room pretty good too.
Oh man,
nice. I like this draft quite a bit.
I like Sanders' team. We were going. Sanders got a real good team. He was. I don't know which guys I sniped them on, but
Josh Jacobs probably.
Guys in the first. I'm not sure which 2.
Drake May, then Joe Burrow. I like this. I like one of the few things I scope out early immediately is the order of the quarterbacks.
I mean, 4th round Josh Allen.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
Yeah, that's a late one. 410. 410. That's what.
The problem with that team though is the 3 run when you only got Pickens as 1. I thought he should have gone receiver instead of Javonte. There, when you take Allen, you got his. But I like Allen was a value. Another team I liked was I like Geller's team.
Wow, DJ Moore got pushed up in this one, huh?
Yeah.
What team was Geller? Which one was he?
8, team 8.
8.
Thought he was decent. Trying to think.
He's a good player.
Do you regret the Daniels pick where you got involved with St. Brown?
No. Because I thought Daniels I don't like to do necessary quarterbacks naked, but I could do. I mean, I wasn't planning on. I didn't know I was getting to Rashard White, but Daniels with the versatility of running. And then I thought, taking Goff just in case, obviously he's injured. I mean, I told Santa I made him happy. I actually did want Laporta on this team, and he took him right before me, but I wanted him to go with Brown, but I took Pitts with London.
Boy, Kyle Pitts in the 9th. I love that pick.
I know when I was in the draft with you guys, you took him in the 7th, right?
I love Kyle Pitts this year, and he just got paid this week.
Mm-hmm.
So exactly, I didn't really. I mean,
I would take him above Laporta and Kraft myself, and Fannin. That's just me.
I'm not. Yeah, I have him. I have him twice in 6 teams both with London.
I agree with all of that except for Kraft. Although I probably would mix them up because I generally don't take a tight end in that range, but Pitts and Kraft.
Now the team.
Pitts and Kraft are falling that far down, like round 8, round 9.
Yeah, they're both good value.
I like the another team I liked. The only pick I didn't like, and he's definitely one of the top drafters, and he's steady as can be, is Hobbs. Like his team a lot. I didn't like the Lawrence pick there. I would have gone a premium tight end. I felt he had the chance. He had the wide receivers. He had the running back. Take that, Pitts, Laporta, Fannin. I would have grabbed that instead of Lawrence there. That's just me. But otherwise, that's a solid team. I mean, he always does a solid job.
He always builds a solid
good
team.
draft.
He's got the 3. He's always going to be tough. He's always going to.
I don't think he's not much of a premium tight end guy. He doesn't really do early tight ends. I feel like he should mix it in more. He would become pretty deadly. He would become a little dangerous.
But that's not 8th round. It's not an early. You had your choice there, and I just thought because I thought he could have got the quarterbacks he wanted. And
he could have did. Yeah,
I don't think he needed Monungai there. I mean, he could have waited and got a quarterback there. Really, I mean, Monungai and Rodriguez.
He
with
wanted
the running backs he already had. I didn't think.
He wanted the Chicago backfield.
I guess.
So.
But is he going to start him? I don't.
Chicago and Jacksonville.
But you are right, Mike. He could have gotten away with waiting on quarterback.
That's the only thing I would have done different. I mean, he's always going to have us. You know what you're going to be, and I do like Harrison. He always builds a strong team. I do like that.
He could have did Tucker Kraft there, and because he ended up with Jordan Love later. That would have been a night. That's the best Green Bay. That's the best Green Bay stack you could put together. Watson, Kraft, and he definitely.
Yeah, I've done it too with Watson. Yeah,
he should have waited. He could have gotten. He could have pushed up Jared Goff. He could have taken Patrick Mahomes. He could have taken even Hurts later with Devonta Smith. I mean, I like Devonta Smith. I don't like him in the second, but his build. No, he got sniped on. He got sniped on Hurts.
I guess
he could have taken Caleb Williams.
He didn't get sniped. He took Lawrence instead.
No, I know that. But if he waited, Hurts went one pick before him. He could have got Caleb Williams, though.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the only thing I would have done different there.
Yeah. Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, even better. If that Lawrence pick is Kraft, look out. Oh, my God.
I was talking to Joey. I didn't understand Team 9, really.
That's Kev. I know him. That's Kev Mazarayan.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't understand that. I didn't. I mean, he went when you go Jefferson, Barkley, then you go McBride. I don't like a rainbow start the
one exception is a premium elite tight end.
I'm not. In my opinion. But to me, I didn't like the wide. Ended up with the wide.
Who are you taking over McBride?
Here's what I'm doing there. When I'm taking Jefferson, I'm making a commitment. I'm going 2 wide receivers. If I'm thinking, I guess he didn't think McBride was going to be there, but I just don't like the wide receivers. And he took Burrow naked, really, and that prevented him from strengthening the wide receivers. He gave it to Lemon. I didn't. And then he ended up with Stevenson as his number. I mean, it's just. If you're going to go Barkley, to me, I go 2 running backs. I rarely do that. But if I'm going to go Barkley in the second, I'm going to go a running back in the first too, and then move it around that way. I just didn't. I didn't think it.
The roster construction.
I didn't like the roster construction there. It picked in the Burrow pick. I like the player. But it made no sense there. He needed strength at wide receiver because he gave it up. He gave up his strength after the third round, basically.
After the first round, really.
After the first round,
right? Because he went.
And he didn't have strength in running back. Usually, if you want strength early on, either you're going to commit to running back or you're going to commit to wide receiver. Most of the time, I'll commit to wide receiver because we have to start 3. That's just me, but.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you do quarterback and tight end early.
Jay made a good point. When you go quarterback and and tight end and 1 through 2 of them, you get through the 6 rounds. You don't feel good at running back and wide receiver. And
go ahead, Mike.
And I hate in this format. I don't feel good when I'm not strong at wide receiver, particularly.
Yeah, you really got to hit on your player selection when you do it that way.
A quick note. I mean, the one team 11. I know he drafts 3 running backs, but here's the only problem. Maybe not the 3 running backs. I mean, this guy does the same 3 every draft. Like I said, he's going to hit. If his team hits for, it's like a lottery. It's like winning the lottery. I mean, he's going to win. He's going to win 1 through 50 in the overall. But problem there when you go 3, and then he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide receivers. You got who you going to? Then it's like that's overkill. And then you're going to confuse the hell out of yourself who you're going to start. I mean, I think he had to mix it up with the tight end. I mean, he's weak at tight end. and I don't think he does have Purdy and Evans, but I like to see what three wide receiver or three wide receivers he's going to put out, because he's got the running back set in the flex. I mean, I hate that when you get 6 wide receivers like that. You're gonna kick yourself because, damn, I should have started this guy, each week. I just don't like that, especially in this format when the wide receiver, you need that production out of the wide receiver. And you don't want to be confused when you're setting up your lineup each week.
We did the same thing: the double tap quarterback, the double tap tight. It almost makes you think he's not going to make the decision on wide receiver, Mike. He's going to use like AI or something to make the decision.
I guess he is. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it's kind of, you know what I mean. He's got that. I think that these type of builds are okay for best ball. But
exactly, 100%. Best ball, it's totally. Maybe he's a best ball. I don't know. He drafts 3 running backs every time, and it just
redraft is completely different.
Give me a Josh Allen, mix it up, or get your. I don't know. I mean, tight end he neglects. I don't like the tight. I mean,
those are all
tight ends. Which one do you start there? I mean, that's like. It's like playing Russian roulette. I mean, it's.
So we got to shout out Jay Wimmers. Jay, I don't know if you're on, if I follow you or you follow me on X. I think we do. I'm not 100% sure, but shoot me a DM if you want to come on Aces Up as a guest. I like to highlight NFFC high stakes players. We'll do an interview on your fantasy background. I'm sure you've seen the shows before. If that's something that interests you, then reach out to me with your contact information, man. I like to make that happen, get you on the show.
Yeah, shout out to Jay. He was on Nelson brought him on his live stream, and he was fantastic. So he's a veteran now. He won't have any problems being on being on the show. He was a pro, right? Nelson brought him on, and he did a great job.
Absolutely.
He drafted a pretty good team too.
Did you guys catch the Dominator today with Dan Williamson? And
Not yet.
I did.
Yeah, I caught the second half.
Hey, you got to pat yourself on the back, Jay. Take a bow, buddy.
He's watched enough of these. Like, that's how I was like. I watched enough Goat District and Andrew Cooper and the high stakes friggin' all the shop guys. You feel a little more comfortable. I mean, so it's just a conversation. You come on, you have a conversation, you have a good time. Oh,
Steve, pull up Steve's comment. I don't know about. About that, Steve.
What, this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that up already. Yeah,
from your mouth, Steve.
Why
wouldn't you? From your mouth with that comment, I'll give you 10%. Come on.
Nice.
I like number one team is. I know you have to kind of be different in each contest. I like the Loveland Warren stacks. I mean, combo. I don't know how many people's going to have that, but if he would have, I really wished he had a better white. He needs Diggs to sign somewhere to be decent. I mean, I don't trust Pearsall, but I wouldn't have took third quarterback, on that team. But I like some of the players he got. It's a decent build. Like I said, Loveland and Warren, that's different. That'd be different.
I just thought that team. I made a note. I mean, I just thought he needed another wide receiver in the top. What I think he came out with Gibbs. I thought I would have gone a wide receiver in the 5 spot instead of Junkins and played the running back. So he needed a little more strength there. I mean, Pearsall hasn't played. How many games has he played? When the 3 wide receivers start, when you don't have 3, you're strong at running back, but you're not lethal at running back. I mean that I would have gone a little wide receiver there instead of Johnson for sure.
You see that comment there, Mike?
Oh, baby. He's my kind of guy. I mean, this man enjoys life. He's the best.
Oh man.
He's living the dream, man.
Nice. I can't wait for the New York live draft now.
But
oh shit, I just saw that they were that at 9:40 they sent out an email. There were 3 spots left in the 10 p.m.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell Joe. I was gonna,
had I see that,
Joe.
I see that, I might have been drafting right now on the show with you guys. Had I saw that,
considering it, but I didn't want to.
Damn, I wish I saw that because I really do think I might have jumped in and could have all drafted one.
And one team we also did, who I really like is me and Sander were going at it.
Steve says he's bringing the za. He's bringing the za. I like it to GST. Nice.
Sander's got a real good team if you look at his team too.
Sander always does a good job. Yeah, he did 4
wide.
I don't know if it's a coincidence or he does this on purpose, but the last few draft boards I seen with Mike in the draft, he's doing the same exact build as the person next to him. He did it to me with one draft where I picked next to him as well. Like I said, it could be a coincidence or great minds think alike, but it's just an observation. I just happened to notice now. It's been a few times.
I mean, I don't know what.
Did Sander draft Judy? He usually does.
No,
it's funny you say that.
Nah, I did give him. I told I gave him. I told him he sniped me a little one before. He said I feel better now, and then I gave him. I didn't tell him this, but I threw him a bone because instead of I like to take the Cowboys kicker, and I was thinking Sampson would have been my play, so I let him have him. Because I knew he does like the Browns. He does like the Browns. He's not going to force him, but I gave him Sampson. So if he's listening, there's another bone I gave him. They even it up because that's the guy I was going to take for sure.
Yeah, I like Sampson. I mean, Judkins, coming off a major injury, he had the tightrope surgery. I don't know. And then last year, I mean, you could kind of get game scripted out. You could easily be game scripted out. And then when he's not game scripted out, if he does go over 20 carries, it's for 76 yards. I mean, he did have a couple of nice games, and I suppose he does have a nose for the end zone. If they get down inside there, inside the 10, inside the 5. But I just think, man, I don't know. And Dylan Sampson flashed plenty, and I think he's gonna be part of that offense. I don't know if he has standalone value, but I think it just could be an ugly situation, timeshare situation all year. And you're gonna have to look at the game script. You have to determine when they're going to be playing from behind and when they might be in the games. We do know that their defense is real strong. They gave up Myles Garrett, but I still think their defense is pretty solid. Depending on who they're playing. So, they always play in division game inside that division pretty tough. Games are usually always fairly close. But outside of that, I just think it could be a headache. But Sampson is the cheaper player, and the one with more contingent upside. If Judkins is not 100% or he re-aggravates the injury or misses time, Sampson could be an instant plug-in play. Let's see. We got what was his name? Did he say his name was Kyle? I forget. Who wants to know?
We got Rick from Knoxville.
Rick from Knoxville.
Ricky.
What is the one stack that nobody is talking about that can surprise this year? Who wants to go first? Rick.
I mean, so many people's talking. It's hard to find one that nobody's talking
Trying
about.
to figure it out.
Fact that nobody's looking surprised.
I got one. I mean, Ibuka and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Yeah,
He's an afterthought. And like last year, he was a top 8 quarterback. That's a guy that
He was hurt too.
Yeah.
Nah, I thought it was Knoxville, Tennessee, not Birmingham. He's changing it up on us now.
He's confusing us.
I'll say one, and I think
do like that one, Dan.
I like this one. I've been targeting it because I feel like it's easy to put together if you do grab Justin Herbert as your quarterback, and I'm going to say Justin Herbert and Arande Gadsden. Where Gadsden,
I hope that works.
Where Gadsden is going in the draft, if he outproduces that ADP and can give you tight end and finish as a tight end 1, stacking him with Justin Herbert with that playoff schedule, week 15 through week 17, that's money, I think, in my opinion. That's one nobody's talking about. That's probably my favorite one. I'll see if I can sniff out another one. Josh, you see any under the radar stacks you like?
Ward Wanda, that's a good one.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase look pretty good.
Yeah, let's do the obvious one. I haven't heard anybody talk about that one in 10 minutes.
Steve got a mega stack. He says Herbert, Quentin Johnson, and Keaton.
I love Keaton. I love Keaton.
He's the reason why I'm kind of fading Omari and Hampton. I mean, there's going to be
Jay got it. You know, everybody's talking about
Ward and Wandale. Yeah, that's a good one. I like Connell Tate is
talking about Tate. They're like,
but the Ward Wandale might pay off better based on ADP, and Wandale is for sure the security blanket, and I still think he gets 140 plus targets, even though he's not. He's in a completely
different. If that's the case, you're right. Yeah. Then he's definitely going to be.
That's a good one. I like that one.
If he gets 140 targets, woo.
And Dan, the one you did in Scott Fishbowl, I like Jackson Dart and Isaiah Likely.
I had Slayton too.
I think if Jackson Dart can stay healthy and that offense doesn't shit in the toilet, it's and Isaiah Likely could, fill in some of the, Wandale. We just talked about Wandale Robinson with his massive target share, or Isaiah Likely stepping into that role. I think he's going to be used out wide as well as on the line because they still have Theo Johnson. I think he's a better inline tight end than Likely. So if they do use 12 personnel or 13 personnel, then I think Isaiah Likely benefits there.
I'll tell you one I like is it's not a huge sleeper, but Daniels and McLaurin. That's one I've been grabbing a lot of.
Steve gave us an obvious one.
And Williams, maybe.
Nelson put together a May Hendo Brown stack with a ridiculous build around it earlier.
He forgot Rossini on there. Diana Rossini's part of that stack.
Wait, where's the sound effects? So we got anything I can. Let me see if I should have been ready.
Josh.
I should have these ready. Yeah, but Steve's got a lot of stuff in on the menu here. Nice. Oh man, Joey, what about you, man? Did you give us one yet?
I'm gonna go just a little bit different than obvious. I mean, if Mike Evans stays healthy, Purdy and Evans, especially where you get them at, I mean, they're both later, and this is like a contrarian one here. If the Achilles is better, and if Josh Downs gets a full-time role, that'll be a little sneaky combo too. Daniel Jones and Josh Downs and
Warren.
Yeah, with Tyler Warren. And one of the, the Lamar was Zay Flowers. That would be an Andrews where he goes. I mean, it's basically the whole Baltimore offense right there, besides Henry on the ground. But just some off, just going a different route.
Purdy does not get respect. He was
awesome down the stretch.
Yeah, I was gonna say he finished the season off like an animal as far as fantasy points
Did
go.
he score like 250 or something? Or 200? He scored most of his points the last 2 or 3 games.
The 6-point pass and touchdown format, favors a guy like Brock Purdy. So it's when you see him going where'd he go in this one? Round 10? Yeah, right back into round 10.
I like that Purdy Evans stack. That's really cheap. Really cheap.
It's really higher on Evans, but I've seen him go lower than that. But
and I think the only person I'm stacking Caleb Williams with is Colston Loveland. I think I like a naked Caleb Williams just on his own if I'm going to take him. I don't necessarily think I'm targeting him. Like I like Roma Dunze. He's a wide receiver I'm targeting. I haven't had a chance to get Colston Loveland yet, but on those in those spots where I do take Roma Dunze, I'm not necessarily looking to take Caleb Williams. So I'm taking Caleb Williams in a draft where he falls. If he does fall to a good value, he's kind of that gap. It goes Allen, Jackson, May, Burrow, Daniels, and then sometimes there's a gap. In this draft, there wasn't much of a gap. Lawrence and Herbert went, and then the next round, there was two quarterbacks in every round from round 6 to actually there was a bit of a gap. No, not really. It not big enough to consider it a gap, I suppose. But sometimes there will be a gap before Caleb Williams. Those are the drafts where Caleb Williams becomes a nice value. And if I have Roma Dunze, cool. If I don't have Roma Dunze, then I'm still taking Caleb Williams. But I think Colston Loveland, Caleb Williams is the more premium stack just because you're getting production out of the tight end spot, and you're maximizing upside by having the quarterback as well. So and it's a fairly cheap one, not cheap, but Caleb goes late enough where you can make it happen when you need to.
But I'll tell you another contrarian one I like too, and I'm actually warming up to him a little bit, is Jordan Love, say with Christian Watson with Matthew Golden. I like Golden a little bit better than I do Reed. I mean, Reed's talented, but he's off the field a lot. So Jordan Love, I'm starting to like him a little bit more.
Wouldn't it be
Kraft with Watson?
Watson too. I mean, Tucker Kraft.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Love? Yeah, that'd be a good one too. Really.
Wouldn't it be nice if they let him chuck the ball around some more?
Absolutely. I think
it could happen this year. Josh Jacobs is no spring chicken, and they don't got much behind them. So, we'll see.
And you can pull it off like Josh said too. I mean, Kraft don't go super early either. I mean, you can make it work. Kraft and Watson and Love. That would be a good one.
Nice.
I like it.
You gotta be sneaky about it though, because you get within a pick or two of guys that recognize what you're doing, they're gonna make sure you don't.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Another question from
Watson. Who's this Watson that he speaks of?
Watson, Fannin, Casey, or Boston? Nah, I think I'm avoiding Cleveland offense.
Cleveland
outside of Fannin.
Cleveland and Miami.
I'm picking my spots.
And Rich Jets. You can have them.
And
Rick from Knoxville, by way of Birmingham, being a Jets fan is wild, but
yeah, those are 3 offenses you can have.
Among
what about Nix and Waddle?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a
that's
huge fan of
Waddle can stay on the field
because he's inaccurate, but he had the most dropbacks last year.
I just don't trust Sean Payton to hyper target one person. He hasn't done it since Michael Thomas. And he don't have a Michael Thomas here. And I happen to still like Cortland Sutton. So and then you got 3 running backs. If Dobbins stays healthy, I don't think you see the pass attempts go crazy like they did last year. But yeah, it is interesting. I mean, maybe he does use Waddle that way, but I don't know if Waddle can hold up with as a hyper targeted wide receiver. Steve says or Rick says he likes the Knicks Waddle.
Yeah, I mean, can stay healthy.
It's a very fragile, risky stack.
It's a very Waddle is like, man, he's like paper mache.
Nice.
That guy goes. He decides. He goes out every game. At least it seems.
Man, if Mike Gamberg is in your draft, you ain't getting Dontavian Wicks. You took round 14, dude. Round 14.
I'll tell you what. I don't know. A lot of guys, the guys I use that are at ADP, they don't eat for their wide receivers.
It's out the window after round 12.
Me, he's going to be a winner. And I don't even like my Eagles offense really, but I think he's going to be for where he's going. He's free, basically. So I think he's going to have production. People will be surprised. I don't know why people are so high on Goddard, like they are. Goddard gets talk about a guy getting hurt. I don't see it. He's not a.
It was what he does every time AJ Brown's out of the offense, but
he gets hurt, and Hurts is not good throwing down the middle of the field. We'll see. I think Wicks is going to be surprise people for. They're going to be very surprised.
I agree with that. I just think you could have waited till like the 18th round. When did I get him?
I don't know. Round? Somebody. You got him to round 20.
Yeah.
I thought Santa was going to steal him from me. I didn't know.
He has been listening to us. Hurts loves him, says Steve. Yeah, I Joey Brown has always had me on Dontavian Wicks. So,
if you go watch that Thanksgiving game.
I
thought that was Watson or Dobbs making those catches.
He's a big body. Yeah, he can win the 50-50 balls. He's great inside the end zone. He's Devonta Smith isn't the biggest guy in the world. That's why I still like Goddard. I think Mekhi Lemon.
He's small too.
Yeah, I think he might be. I don't want to call him a wash this year, but I think it's going to take him time to become fantasy relevant.
Well,
I guess
they went after Wicks, and Mannion's the coordinator OC, and Howie Roseman's. He's either one or two best GMs in the league, but there's a reason. I think he's got like Joe. I think he's got more talent than people think, and they're going to be surprised.
What about Marquise Brown?
I think he's totally lost.
Yeah, if it wasn't last year,
if he can't stay on Kansas City with their wide receiver core, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't last year,
I mean, he had every opportunity. I think he's totally washed.
Well, I just think the Philadelphia wide receiver 2 has value. Now we'll see who it's going to be. I like Wicks, but if everybody's projecting Devontae Smith to play an AJ Brown type role with them numbers, you would hope somebody could get close to. And I think that's why a lot of people draft Lemon. But
Lemon, he only plays the slot, and there's a quarterback that he's not really favorable right now for at least the last several years. He's for slot wide receivers. The one guy I haven't got this year, and just in this draft, I was actually looking to get him maybe is Saquon Barkley. I think you're going to see him start catching passes again. Is
Jalen Hurts going to be okay with that?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's.
I really hope so, because I think
the offense wasn't designed. They wasn't designed that way.
Yeah,
I think they're going to get him the ball. They
might have dialed that back last year just because of how many total touches he had the year before. Do you think that factored into that?
No, I think that just wasn't their strat. They didn't know any better last year. I just think it had nothing to do with that. I think they didn't. I mean, the offense was like a high school offense last year, especially down the stretch. I mean, that's why AJ Brown's in New England and that's going to be a pretty good stack.
Yeah, I can't wait.
That should be exciting.
What are we, 82 days or 81 days? Oh, I think it's 82 days away from NFL season starting, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's.
I may or may not have
77.
77. Oh, that's for the Thursday.
77.
That's for the Wednesday, Thursday game. Yeah.
We don't count out our Vegas days.
Nice. Yeah, all right. So
that's funny.
What do you think? You guys got anything else you want to go over? We've been going for 90 minutes here. I don't know how you guys feel now, getting close to the end of the show, or what do you think? Did Josh nods yes.
Yeah.
Justin, how many OCs
going through
have you guys done already? You guys done what, 3 or 4?
We've done 2.
2? You like it?
I
was in the one you were in. You had a pretty good.
So we've drafted. What do we have, Dan? Pick 2 and 3, or pick 3 and 4 in the 2 drafts we did.
Pick 3 and 2.
3 and 2.
We didn't get to set our KDS on that last one.
Yeah.
Pick 3 and pick 2.
Yeah. So.
And you got, who'd you take number 2? Chase.
Right on, Jay.
Because you thought you were going to get him. The guys took Chase at 2.
I'll take more Chase at 1 every time.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Steve G's requesting Mike Gamber. The Gamburglars 10 guys to steal.
Burglar.
10 guys.
Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith.
I like that.
Goddard.
Gamburglar the sniper.
What did I snipe?
Mike,
I didn't even know Sanda until he started communicating with me in the chat in the draft. He was like, Gamberg, what are you doing to me?
Forget this GPYU. You got to be Gamburglar the sniper.
Yeah.
That's your team name, or the Locust Street built bullies.
Just go my initials. I go Madison Square Garden.
Oh, MSG. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I knew it was something. It was something that three letter thing.
My 10 guys.
So your middle name is Sniper?
That could be. It could be. It's actually small, but it could.
Truth slipped out there. Yeah.
I could change it. It could state it. I don't have to change my monogram.
Gamburglar. That's it.
And, I got a low, Steve. I got a low jack on you, so now I know to get in the draft when you're not there. you got to be smooth. You got to finesse it a little bit. Yeah.
Half is this MSG.
He liked my team, I think.
Isn't that the shit they put in Chinese
He's like,
food?
I should have known. He said, I should have known. We were the opposite. We were opposite ends of the spectrum there. So I could have sniped them from. I like them. I like my team there. That's sure.
Steve says he's building a monster from the 2 spot.
Is that him or Nelson? Who's building the monsters? Nelson?
Nice. All right. So should we update the audience on what we're going to be doing over the next 8 weeks for shows? I think we should give them a little insight. So starting next week, we will be covering 1 division per show. We're going to go through each team. We actually haven't decided if we're going to go through quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, or team by team. Probably team by team, but we're going to cover 1 division per show. Fantasy relevant players, guys we like, guys we find values, good ADP, guys that we don't like, little team situation evaluations, depth chart battles. Anything we can talk about that division, particular division in each show. We'll do 1 over the course of the next 8 weeks. Steve or Rick from Knoxville, Tennessee is on vacation. Steve will be joining us, rejoining us. I believe he said July 20th.
Jeez.
So I will. It'll be us. He's getting his Clark Griswold on. He went from Florida to Alabama. Now he's up in Knoxville, Tennessee. I think he's making his way all the way to Jersey to visit family. So July 20th, he said he will be back available to do the shows.
He seemed to be having quite a bit of fun in the chat tonight.
Yeah.
After all that, driving in that station wagon like in an old station wagon. I mean, he's got unwind. A little entertainment for the evening.
Or
right?
Griswold.
Clark Griswold, yeah.
Steve's playing tonight, the OC. Since I honored my commitment for this show, I was going to jump in. I let you have your way in this OC tonight. Otherwise, you'd have big problems.
I wish I like I said, if I saw Mike, if I saw that email, but not too late, we might have been in that draft. You and I both.
I wanted to honor my commitment, man.
And it would have been, that's what would have been on the screen right now. I happened to look down at my phone.
Steve would have been in trouble then.
I looked down at my phone at 10:08. I was like, damn, I missed that email. Well, the Discord. It was a Discord DM or whatever.
When's Steve coming on Aces Up? Steve, when are you coming on Aces Up? That'll be a blast.
Yeah.
When's coming up?
I don't know.
Coming on, Joe?
I don't know, man.
You got it. Steve, come on. You gotta get in. That'll be a night of fun.
Hit me up in the DM. I mean, he does DM with me. We'll get him on.
Yeah, Steve.
On a positive note, yesterday, Frank directed in that draft yesterday. And his first 5 picks,
Frank Mamola, nice.
I only seen his first 5 picks, but they was good. He went James Cook, Chase Brown, McConkey, Christian Watson, and Brian Thomas Jr. So he's back in mid-season form.
Yeah,
first one. He said he was going to win it. He told me.
He's a really good drafter, though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So, and Dan and Josh, I believe you have a little something, a little announcement you guys want to make. If you guys want to do that tonight.
Yeah. So, starting on Monday, we'll be going on, I believe at 8:30. It's the time we're shooting for. Be doing some drafts me and Dan, we've been grew up together doing fantasy football, and we've been doing it for over 30 years with each other. Started tag teaming these high stakes. I think this is our 6th season, and so we're just gonna live stream and do some drafts, do some best balls, and kind of work through the way that we kind of learn how each other's thinking and learn how we're thinking for the season, and but try to do it in a little bit of an entertaining way, and and then whatever people throw in the chat for questions or anything like that, probably go 45 minutes to an hour, somewhere in that range. So tune in at 8:30 on Mondays until the season starts, when we have our Monday night reaction show.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this show.
Yeah,
I'll be glued 8:30.
That's basically, you're going to get Josh and Dan showcasing their friendship and what it takes to be a tag team, a high stakes tag team, I guess. I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm interested in, and I'm actually interested in seeing how the process works, because as good of a friend as me and Joey are, I honestly, and he agrees. I know he agrees. I don't know if we could draft a team together, Joe.
Probably not.
Well, Joe, we do this every week. We have 2 to 3 phone calls every week for an hour and a half. Our wives make fun of us, but we go through our process, and we thought maybe if you want to watch this, and we go out to Vegas and see the same 2 or 3 people draft together. So maybe it'll help other people get into the industry or get into the high stakes. But it's fun. It's fun because you have 2 different people getting the same goal, but having different ideas of the way to get there. So,
I mean, at the end of the day, you've got somebody to high five, or you've got a shoulder to cry on, and that's really what it's about.
It's fun. You win together and you lose together, so it's great.
Yeah.
So once the season starts, are you guys going to move over to Wednesday and like Wednesday night do the waivers together on a stream? Obviously you don't have to discuss dollar amounts or whatever. Is that something that you'd be interested in, or are you going to keep that down low, or I don't know? I
think we're gonna try to figure out how to navigate that, because that's a tricky on Wednesday night. It's tricky to go through beforehand. I would love to go live at 10:05 and talk about who got money spent on them and where it went. But I'll be honest, me and Dan are pretty old, and I get up at 5 o'clock on Thursday mornings for a 6 o'clock meeting with my guys, and
Agreed.
So that's a tough one. We're gonna try to figure something out. Get through these next 8, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, leading up to Vegas. So
hopefully my goal is to get 2 guys or 4 guys or 1 guy together that haven't played high stakes and
get them do OCs.
$350 together. Let's play an OC together in Vegas or online. It's such a great crowd to be a part of, or a community to be a part of. It's just fun.
I said it when I had Greg on. If you're serious about fantasy football, you like to play, you have a competitive spirit, personality, competition is your thing. Maybe you're getting bored with your home league. You've never played in a high stakes league before. $350 is a lot of money to most people to sink into one fantasy draft, but try one. Do one, see how you do. If you like it, if it's something, that even if you don't win right away, is it something that you think you can improve on? I think that you'll get hooked. And I think that you'll continue to do at least one per year. And then if you win, you can, you win yourself a nice little chunk of money, $1,500, or you can sink it into more leagues, and you can do 2 or 3 and go from there. Or you could play up and take the primetime entry and do one high stakes, and then maybe come up with another 350 and do one each the following year if you win one, and then see where it takes you. I just think that you know, you don't have to be an expert to play high stakes. I think that once you get into, if you're a really good player that wants to become great or get better, it's a great platform to play on, because just you going against the competition and your opponents alone are going to make you a better fantasy football player. The in-season management, the grinding of the waivers, nobody's making critical mistakes in drafts. So it's a great experience.
Yeah, it can humble a person at first. When you first start, you get humbled in the NFFC, but you earn everything you get. Once you learn the mentality level of a high stakes player, it goes a long way. It's a different mindset than what you do a local league or anything else. It's just the mentality of becoming a successful high stake player. Is once you learn it, it goes a long way in these leagues. Which, like I said, you can get humbled real fast. You think, okay, I'm doing good on these ESPN leagues or Yahoo leagues or CBS. You go, I'm gonna go try this. It's not for everyone, but give it time to build up. I mean, it takes time. It's not nothing that you're going to win overnight. You might be, especially if you come in and compete and contend, and that just makes you more hungry every year. I think you just got to give yourself a shot, and then once you learn this league,
the contending, the getting to know people, whether it be through the live streams or in person or Twitter or drafting and seeing them in the drafts and learning how they draft. You know, all of that makes you more hungry for it. Seeing the guys that are really good, and you know, when you play against your friends in the home league, you know your buddies that never get on the waiver wire. You know your buddies that they might watch the local team for the first half of the game or whatever, and that's all they're watching football. So you know you've got 3/4 of the league duped and you can handle it. But when you get out and you get in these, you can really learn a lot from the roster builds, and you know, 8, 9, 10 teams per draft. You're learning different things, seeing different things, and it's a lot of cool information to take in. If you like fantasy football, the NFFC will make you love it. That's just the way I feel.
I agree.
Well said, Josh.
All right, now, before we get off here, since you said what you said, Joe, about you and Joey not being able to run a team together,
I don't know.
We might have something cooking for maybe mid August.
Let's do it.
You know, we'll get a little open up a little tag team challenge. We'll have to figure out how to do the draft, but it'd be cool to fill a draft with nothing but tag teams.
Nice. That sounds like a pretty cool idea, actually. I like
last place gets a participation trophy, so you guys be all right.
I will buy him a participation trophy.
The average Joes are gonna win. That's it, Joey. We're partners now, Joey. We'll see how it goes. I'm in on one draft with that type of theme and challenge from the tag team, from our home tag team, and Dan and Josh. I think I would accept that. That convinced me.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get see if we can, you know, over the next 6, 7, 8 weeks while we're doing our show and we do the breakdown of the divisions, maybe we can round up some interest from some other guys. We'll figure out how to do it and put that together. So
a tag team, and we could I think we can have up to 10 people on the live stream, so we could get five of the teams.
Let's do it.
There we go.
All right.
I mean, I could teach Soprano a thing or two if you want. You know. He's good for that.
Wait.
I hope he's still watching.
We're in Soprano, right?
I think he's already teamed up with Jeff.
Him and Nelson are salivating at the mouth. They're foaming at the mouth at this idea.
Okay, you got it, buddy. We're in.
Steve G, you get Mike. You get Mike. Draft Dallas Goedert. Good luck.
That right there.
Steve says he's going to go with Gamberg.
All right.
The G's are getting together. The G and G.
We'll be top 9, Josh.
He's protected. If
also,
Gamberg,
one thing for guys that play baseball, I mean, like I was telling Joey, I'm playing probably 20-30% more this year in the football because I don't think there's going to be baseball next year.
It's not
at least fantasy wise. I mean, even Greg came on Joe's show and says, look, they're not even booking hotels for Vegas in March. So, if you're,
it's valid point.
might want to dip into a little more football because I don't think we're gonna have that high stakes fantasy baseball. At least not like it normally is.
Hey, we'll all just play DFS golf.
Yeah.
That's right. I probably would get into golf.
Yeah.
How about some NASCAR?
Like, yeah.
Nice. All right, guys. Are we good? You don't have anything else to add? I like the tag team idea. Definitely something we got to put together.
Great show.
Yeah, great.
Good show tonight, gentlemen. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Steve, Jay. Steve, we'll be talking. I'll hit you in the DMs. We'll set up a Tuesday date for you, get you on.
Yeah, Steve, that's going to be a show nobody's going to miss. The ratings are going to be better than the Super Bowl.
Oh, dude, I'm going to be at. It's going to be. I'm going to try to get
sponsors the next day, Steve. I mean, it's going to be beautiful.
It ain't going to be just fantasy football advice. I'm going to try to get some recipes out of them. He's definitely a good cook. But yeah. Nice. All right, guys. I'm going to close this out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. If you're listening on X, go over to YouTube, give us a like. It's real easy to do. Subscribe to the Fantasy Savvy YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed already, we're very close to 1,000. I think we need like 20 more. Tell your friends, grab your wife, have your wife subscribe. Anybody who's not subscribed that get them to subscribe. We're only 20 away from 1,000. And we want to hit that 1,000 mark. Be kind of cool to for Steve. So we love Steve. We want to build this channel. We want to do as much as we can with high stakes content. We know there isn't, it does not dominate the industry. It's kind of unique perspective on the game. So, get some more eyes on this channel. Like and subscribe. Dan, Josh, Mike, Joey, great show.
Good show.
Appreciate you guys as always. Steve, hope we did good enough for you, man. We didn't disappoint. I thought it was a decent show. We'll be back on next week. We'll catch you guys then.
Peace.